Welcome back to another episode of Communicate with Nate. As usual, I'm your host, Nate. It is my greatest pleasure to be here with you again today. Magandang araw po, and welcome back to our series that we're doing on Communicate with Nate about the English language in the Philippines. Today, we're going to talk about a very interesting and special topic known as Conyo English. So grab your snacks and buckle up for an exciting linguistic adventure. So first of all, what exactly is Conyo English? Well, before we get into the nitty-gritty, let's explore the term Conyo English. Where does it come from? The term Conyo actually originated from a Spanish word, coño, which can be considered vulgar in Spanish, which actually refers to the female genitalia in general. However, in the Philippine context, don't worry, Conyo had a very different meaning altogether. It evolved to refer to people from the upper class, generally people who come from privileged backgrounds. And it's a very distinctive way of speaking English. Imagine a unique blend of English mixed with Filipino words and a sprinkling of Spanish. It emerged in the Philippines in the later 20th century. It's primarily associated with the urban youth from affluent backgrounds.
Remember when magdadrive to tayo ng walang kotse? Dito yun, di ba?
That was so dumb.
Oh, yeah. Hello po, may kotse na kami. Let's go,
Okay, we're here.
What are we gonna do? Are we
turn.
gonna order normally or no?
No, the person in front of us.
Wait, what if we're the first persons and we're not like...
No, we have to wait. We have to wait.
We're just like on a stakeout?
Yeah. Tao eh.
Ayan, ito, di ba to?
Wait lang, natatakot ako.
Conyo English is distinguished by its vocabulary, mannerisms, and pronunciation. It's not just about speaking English, it's also the way that it's spoken. So let's break it down. First off is vocabulary. Conyo English has its own lexicon. It's a mix of those three languages that I mentioned. You might notice a distinct accent that it can even blend Filipino with an American or even a British accent. Imagine using words like, chos, bes, or walwal. These words add a unique flavor to conversations in the Philippines.
Gagi, Spongebro. Like parang may addict na nakatambay sa may kanto. Sketchy, Gagi. What if like parang may makes you hold up, Gagi?
Next, let's talk about pronunciation. Picture someone saying love instead of love. It reflects the various linguistic influences found in the Philippines. Lastly, Conyo English also has its own type of mannerisms. They often adopt a confident, expressive, and sometimes even exaggerated style of communication. They might use hand gestures, facial expressions, and even specific body movements to emphasize their points. It adds flair and personality to their conversations.
Uy, gang! Pare, solid mga shorties from the US, ah.
Sure.
You might be wondering, is Conyo English a passing trend? Or is it a linguistic phenomenon that is here to stay? Well, it's a bit of both. While Conyo English, did originate as a social status way of speaking, it's also become a part in some ways of general Filipino pop culture. It can be found in mainstream media, advertising, movies, TV.
Shucks! Man, I'm supposed to all my vitamins. Pero that's okay, later na lang.
Oh my God, grabe. My classmates are so ingay. Their sa kanto naman is where they tambay.
Oh, really?
So it's a very recognizable variant of the language. But it's very important to note two things. Conyo English is not representative of even most Filipinos. It is a particular way of speaking. It is no better, no worse than any other dialect of the English language, whether in the Philippines or outside of the Philippines. It's interesting to hear. I love hearing different accents, and I find it fascinating as well. And I know people that do talk like that. I am personally interested in this subject, and I wanted to tell you guys a little bit more about it. And I wanted my subscribers and viewers for the world to learn something about different types of Philippine English and different types of English in general. So that's a wrap for today's episode on Conyo English. We hope you enjoyed this linguistic adventure through the Philippines. Please stay tuned for the next episode. You are going to love this one.